You wake up. You tell yourself, today will be different. But by noon, you're back to the same habits, the same distractions, the same emptiness. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just fighting the wrong battle. And until you understand why, nothing changes. There was a young man named Arjun, 24 years old, smart enough to get into college, talented enough to start projects, but nothing ever finished. Every morning he made lists, goals, plans, promises. I'll study today. I'll work out. I'll stop wasting time. But by evening, the list was untouched. Scrolling, videos, distractions, and then guilt. He wasn't stupid. He knew what he needed to do, but knowing didn't help. It was like watching himself from outside his own body, wanting to move forward, but staying frozen. His friends were moving ahead, jobs, relationships, progress, and Arjun, he felt stuck in quicksand. The worst part? He blamed himself every single day. One night he couldn't sleep. The guilt was too heavy. He sat on his bed and whispered to himself, "What's wrong with me?" He had tried everything. Motivation videos, self-help books, new routines. They worked for 2 days. Then the old patterns returned. He felt like a passenger in his own life, watching decisions happen, but not making them. His father once told him, "You have potential, Beta. Just use it." But Arjun didn't know how. Potential felt like a curse when you couldn't access it. One evening, he sat in a park, exhausted, angry, hopeless. An old man sat beside him, white beard, calm eyes. He didn't say anything at first, just sat there, feeding pigeons. Finally, the old man spoke. "You look like someone fighting a war." Arjun looked at him, confused. The old man smiled. "Let me ask you something. When you try to control your life, who are you fighting?" Arjun paused. "Myself, I guess." The old man shook his head. "Wrong. You're fighting a ghost." The old man pointed at the pigeons. "See them? They don't plan. They don't overthink. They just act. They move. They survive. You think too much about controlling your life, and in doing so, you lose control completely." Arjun frowned. "So I should stop planning? Just do whatever?" The old man chuckled. "No, you should stop trying to control the feeling of control. Here's the truth. You don't control your thoughts. You don't control your emotions. You don't even control most of your habits. Your brain runs on autopilot. It chooses comfort, safety, the familiar path, and you're just the passenger, pretending to be the driver." Arjun felt something crack inside him, because it was true. He didn't choose to scroll for hours. He didn't choose to procrastinate. His brain did, and he just followed. The old man continued, "Most people think discipline means forcing yourself, willpower, motivation, fighting your mind. But that's exhausting, and it never lasts. Real control doesn't come from fighting. It comes from designing your environment so your autopilot works for you, not against you." Arjun leaned forward. "How?" The old man stood up. "You want to study? Remove the distractions before you sit down. You want to work out? Put your shoes next to your bed. You want to stop wasting time? Delete the apps that steal it. Don't fight your brain, redirect it. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. You can't control your thoughts, but you can control what your eyes see, what your hands reach for, where your body goes. Control the small things, the big things follow." Arjun sat there in silence. For the first time in months, something made sense. He wasn't weak. He was just using the wrong strategy. He had been trying to control his mind when he should have been controlling his world. That night, Arjun didn't make a list. He didn't promise himself anything. Instead, he did something small. He deleted social media from his phone. He put his books on his desk instead of his bed. He set his alarm across the room so he had to stand up to turn it off. Tiny changes, nothing dramatic, but the next morning he studied.
Not because he forced himself, but because there was nothing else easy to do. Days passed, the changes stacked. Small actions became patterns, patterns became identity. He wasn't fighting anymore, he was just moving, and for the first time, he felt like the driver, not the passenger. The uncomfortable truth is this: you've been trying to control the wrong things. You can't control your thoughts, you can't control how you feel, but you can control what you see, touch, and do. Stop fighting your mind. Start designing your world. Because discipline isn't about willpower. It's about removing the need for willpower. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You just need to stop being a passenger and start building the road. If this story touched something in you, give it a like. Share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more stories that help you see life differently. Because the truth isn't always comfortable, but it's the only thing that sets you free.